elite U.S. commandos gear up for Taiwan showdown. In a stunning revelation, it has emerged that SEAL Team 6, the legendary U.S. Navy commando unit responsible for eliminating Osama bin Laden, has been secretly preparing for potential missions to aid Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. This covert training, ongoing for over a year at the unit's Virginia Beach headquarters, underscores the growing concern in Washington about Beijing's intentions towards the island democracy. With the Pentagon's reorientation to focus on great power competition, it was inevitable that even the nation's most elite counterterrorism units would seek out roles in that arena, explained Sean Naylor, an expert on Joint Special Operations Command. That path leads to relevance, missions, and money. From terror to Taiwan, Special Forces pivot to Pacific. As the threat from terrorist groups has waned, America's Special Operations Forces have joined the broader U.S. military and intelligence community in sharpening their focus on China. This strategic shift reflects the changing geopolitical landscape and the Pentagon's assessment of future conflict scenarios. That SEAL Team 6 is planning for possible Taiwan-related missions should come as no surprise, Naylor added, highlighting the unit's adaptability and constant quest for relevance in an evolving threat environment. Beijing's saber-rattling, "We will crush any incursion." While U.S. forces quietly prepare, China is making its intentions crystal clear. Lieutenant General He Lei, a senior Chinese military official, delivered a chilling warning at the Zhangjiang Defense Forum in Beijing. "We in the Chinese People's Liberation Army will resolutely crush any foreign hostile encroachment on China's territorial, sovereign, and maritime rights and interests." This fiery rhetoric comes amid escalating tensions in the South China Sea, where Chinese vessels have engaged in high-profile confrontations with Philippine ships in disputed waters. Diplomatic dance, balancing act in the Taiwan Strait. The Taiwan issue remains the most volatile flashpoint in U.S.-China relations. Recent back-channel discussions between U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and China's top foreign policy official, Wang Yi, have centered on diffusing tensions over the island. However, mixed signals from Washington have added to the uncertainty. While the U.S. maintains its long-standing strategic ambiguity regarding Taiwan's defense, President Joe Biden has repeatedly stated that American forces would defend the island against an unprovoked attack, statements that have rattled Beijing. Pentagon's Pacific Pivot, Unmanned Hellscape Strategy. U.S. military planners are not sitting idle. Admiral Samuel Papero, head of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, recently outlined a stark vision for deterring a Chinese invasion. He warned that the U.S. would turn the Taiwan Strait into an unmanned hellscape, using submarines, ships, and drones to thwart any PLA assault. This high-tech approach reflects the Pentagon's efforts to develop innovative strategies for countering China's growing military capabilities in the region. Dragon's defiance. China doubles down on maritime claims. Despite international rulings to the contrary, China continues to assert its sweeping claims over vast swaths of the South China Sea. Lieutenant General He Lei made it clear that Beijing will not back down, stating, "We hope that the South China Sea will remain a sea of peace," before adding ominously, "But if the United States moves its pawns behind the scenes, we will never have any patience." Ticking clock, the 2027 deadline looms. U.S. military preparations have taken on new urgency since 2021, when then Indo-Pacific Commander Phil Davidson warned that China could attack Taiwan within 6 years. This assessment has spurred a flurry of contingency planning across the U.S. defense establishment. While officials stress that conflict is neither imminent nor inevitable, the clock is ticking. Chinese President Roman XI Jinping has ordered the PLA to have the capability to take Taiwan by force by 2027, a deadline that hangs ominously over the region. Diplomatic tightrope, U.S. walks a fine line. The Pentagon, treading carefully, reaffirmed its commitment to the One China policy, while acknowledging but not accepting Beijing's position that Taiwan is part of China. This delicate balancing act reflects the complexities of navigating the volatile Taiwan issue. Liu Pengyu, a spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Washington, fired back, demanding that the U.S. stop enhancing military contact with the Taiwan region or arming it and cease creating factors that could heighten tensions in the Taiwan Strait. Beyond Taiwan, South China Sea tensions simmer. While Taiwan dominates headlines, the broader South China Sea remains a potential powder keg. Recent clashes between Chinese and Philippine vessels highlight the ongoing territorial disputes in the region. Lieutenant General Helay's warning extended beyond Taiwan, emphasizing China's determination to defend its expansive maritime claims. We will resolutely crush any foreign hostile encroachment on China's territorial, sovereign, and maritime rights and interests. The road ahead. Uncertain waters. As SEAL Team 6 trains in Virginia and Chinese officials issue stern warnings in Beijing, the future of the Taiwan Strait and the broader Indo-Pacific hangs in the balance. The U.S. commitment to Taiwan's defense, China's growing assertiveness, and the complex web of regional alliances all contribute to a volatile geopolitical mix. With both sides digging in their heels and ramping up military preparations, the risk of miscalculation or unintended escalation looms large. As tensions simmer and war games intensify, the world watches anxiously, hoping that cooler heads will prevail in this high-stakes standoff between global powers. Subscribe for more.